if you look at Canvas right now, on Monday, you had an assignment here, and there's videos. Then, I guess I'll move this one down. On Wednesday, we did the lesson 3. We learned about urban and natural watershed, right? And then we did the watershed lab together. Then I said, hey, if you need to do it after class, go ahead and do it after class. If you need to do it later, cool. And then you had to go and answer the questions after the lab. I graded those last night because, you guys are typing in, sentences for answers. So it just takes me longer to grade those. You did a fantastic job on that one. The watershed lab, if you guys turned it in before yesterday, the answers that I received from you guys, brilliant, excellent job. You guys did an amazing job. I think most of you earned a really good score on that. You guys did a really good job answering those questions. You did not use the word it, which just makes me super fun, super happy, I should say. Okay. Then today is Friday. So I just moved down lesson 3 here just for easy access. We're going to do the filtration lab today in class. If you need more time, you can do that on your own time later. And then I'll give you, we'll do the lab, like I said, and then I'll give you about 15 minutes to work on finishing up the lab and answering these questions. So I'm going to give you time to answer these questions in class. Then we'll start lesson 4. This is the one I was talking to you about that my students in 5th period filled out and they got a really low score. Don't do this one until I say to do it, okay? It is live on Canvas. I can't unclick it because students have already started it, so I can't make it disappear. I wish Miguel, were you listening to me like 5 minutes ago and 2 minutes ago? Okay, cool. So I already told you about that. So don't do this one, okay? It's live. I can't not make it live, unfortunately, because students started it. You are not ready to answer this form. You won't be ready today until next week. So do not make the same mistake my 5th period did. Do not do that part. Okay, so I'm going to click on the lesson 3, which is from Wednesday, but we're continuing today. Just kind of gives you a Google Doc. You can't write on it. If you make a copy of it, you can. That's cool. All right. So I made active the filtration lab. So I'm going to click on the directions to that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing. Here are the directions of how to do it. You can open it on your own. I'm going to stop sharing because I'm actually going to make myself ginormous on your screen without you having a choice. You have access to it. You can look at it close. Okay, because you need to see me. Hey, everyone, it's me. Big on your screen. And if I'm sharing my screen, I'm not big. And I need you to see me. You have access to the directions. You can work faster. You can work slower. You have the directions. Find them. I see that someone's already on it. So, all right. First things first. I'm going to use a water bottle that's empty. And this is what I did. I carefully kind of cut off the top part. This is my plastic cup. This. Okay. So take one of your plastic cups and super, 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 super carefully, we're going to do some holes on the bottom. Depending on what you're using, you can use a pen to kind of stab it. I found that doesn't work with the plastic bottles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make little cuts. Careful. Be very careful with your scissors. Go slow, just all the way around. Just making cuts. And I'm doing no, I'm actually not doing any steps right now. Just making some incisions in my water bottle at the bottom, I'm gonna do the natural watershed first. This is my natural one. And I went all the way around. I learned from 5th period all the way around. Okay, so that's it. Now, inside, place materials in the plastic cup and place the cup in a jar. Okay, so I am going to place my materials inside. What are my materials? You have a coffee filter. Cotton balls. Some wood chips. I'm gonna go get some more. David, it's all recorded. I'll record it. I'm gonna get some rocks. I'll be right back. Okay. So the cotton balls, and if you have cotton balls, paper towel too, if you want to throw in a little piece of paper towel, do that. What does this represent? Kind of like on Wednesday, the paper towel represents the soil. Cotton balls represent the soil. I have some wood chips in there, some wood chips, some rocks. I'm also going to use the rocks for the other experiment as well. The coffee filter. If you don't have a coffee filter, some paper will do the same job. Okay, so this is a natural watershed. This is like a natural watershed. Okay, I'm using water bottle. We're using the water bottle. I poked some holes at the bottom, put some cotton balls in there, some wood chips, things like that. The paper represents the soil. Okay, now natural glass of water, nothing's in it, right? Glass of water. I mean, a glass for water, but glass, right? So remember, this has holes in it. So be mindful that you have something to catch it. Okay. So here I have empty glass, my natural watershed filtration. Okay. Now I have a bottle or jar, or I have a water bottle full of dirt from outside. It's full of dirt. All right. You can have it in a cup if you want, like another red cup. Have some dirt in there and add some water to it. Okay. So I have dirt. You can have this in a cup, right? And you're just making dirty water. Okay. I'm using soil from my garden. That's it. Cover this up. Shake it. I'm going to create dirty water. Now, before you pour this in, predict what's going to happen. Predict what's going to happen to this dirty water when it goes through this. Predict what's going to happen. Make a mental note, or you can start answering it in the Google form, or not the Google form, on the Canvas form. Or you can write it down right now on a scratch paper in your engineering notebook. What do you think will happen when I pour this dirty water into this natural water filtration like a watershed? What do you think is going to happen to the water? Predict. Write it down, like on a scratch piece of paper. What do you think is going to happen to this water? Make a prediction. All right. So did you make a prediction? Now take pour this dirty water into what we call our natural watershed filtration. Put a good amount of water in there. What's happening? What do you observe? My period 5 was a lot cleaner. Period 5, it came out really, really clean. Really clean. Put some water in there. Are we observing? What do you notice is happening? Okay. Now we're going to create the urban one. So with the urban one, what I did is I put in a lot of rocks in here. It's all made out of rocks at the bottom. I threw in the cap of my water bottle as a pollutant, plastic. I also, I cut up a bag and I just kind of threw it in here, a plastic bag as pollutant. Okay, and it's just all rocks. So this is my urban one. There's no cotton balls in here. There's no paper in here. It's all rocks and 2 pieces of plastic in there, signifying, the plastic that you see on the road that someone kind of littered. Either they, a bag of chips on the floor, on the ground, and they didn't pick it up. So this is just my urban one. It's all rocks. Put some more rocks in here. I found these rocks in the garden. I couldn't find bigger ones, so I'm just using this. I feel like a tennis ball, no, it says one, a handball or a golf ball. That also is a good representation. So this one is filled with just rocks, no paper. This is your urban one. The rocks represent the pavement, no natural soil. Okay. Now, oh, and yes, I did punch holes on the bottom. I'm using this one from 5th period. So yes, I did punch holes on the bottom. Okay. So we have here nice clean glass at the bottom. So to represent rocks, you want something solid. So you don't want paper towels or things like that that can soak up anything. So like if you have a golf ball, not going to soak up anything. If you have a handball, not going to soak up anything. Some of my students were using beans. So you can use beans as your solid thing, just a handful of beans, not a lot. What else any suggestions on what else could represent rocks that's around your house? Any hard plastic, basically. Beans, yeah, beans. Pasta, yes. Pasta as well, break it up. Pasta works, beans, yeah. Maybe even rice too. You'll get some filtration, but you won't get a lot from rice. Marbles, I like that. Marbles too. It's a good suggestion. Thank you. Anything else that might be a good suggestion for your classmates that might not have rocks? So all those are good. Pasta, grab a handful of pasta. If it's spaghetti, just kind of chop it up or, just make it look like soil, like hard pavement. Okay, this is mine. I used rocks. Okay. Just make it work. Like, I don't want you to sit there and go like, I don't have rocks. I can't do anything. It's like, dude, there's so many other things, right? Legos. Yeah. You can all wash this out. I mean, basically it's just dirt and water, right? There's no chemicals that we added to this. So it's pretty safe. Obviously you can't drink it, but you just wash it in your sink and you'll be fine, or outside with the garden hose, you'll be fine. Like if you use Legos, that's another great idea. I like that. Marbles, Legos, anything that's hard that won't soak up the water. On this one, the first one we did, we put things to soak it up, right? Because we want it to be a filtration device, right? So now, same thing over here. I'm gonna add more water to this, to my dirty water. If you need to go get more dirt, go get more dirt. Susie, I mean, when was the last time you were told, go play in the dirt? I mean, seriously. All right, again, these are just things you have around the house. You shouldn't have gone to buy anything. If you needed to buy something, I'm pretty sure we could have come up with a like substitute, right? Okay, so we're doing the urban one. The urban one has solid things like pavement, right? Concrete, asphalt. They're not gonna, you know, observe anything. All right. Oh, before I do it, what do you think is gonna happen when I pour in the dirty water into the urban filtration system, the watershed, the urban one? Predict what will happen when I pour, or you pour, a dirty water into this filtration system. Make a mental note of your prediction, write it down, fill out the Google form. I think it's like question number 4. I keep calling it a Google form, but it's on Canvas. Originally it was on Google form, but I switched it. Okay. Predict what will happen when I pour this in. All right. I'm gonna pour it in. Make sure it's shaken well. Make a mess. Don't make a mess. Don't make a mess. Don't make a mess. I mean, to me, 2 things are happening, right? So you can tell those 2 things. Hopefully, I'm not going to tell you right away. Give you time to explore. Okay. Is there a clear difference? I mean, seriously. Look at that. Look at the clear difference there. I hope with your lab you can see the clear difference as well. Even if you're just observing mine, you can see a clear difference. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? I mean, and this is really close to what's happening in the real world, right? We live in an urban watershed. When it rains, everything gets picked up and just. So this is your urban, this represents your urban, where you live. We can't change how the streets were designed, how the sewer lines are connected. We can't be at, you know, this is how it is, right? This is how it is like out. If you've ever been to Yosemite, I've never been to Yosemite, but I've seen pictures of it. So this represents like what happens at Yosemite, right? Or a national park, because there's open land, there's trees, vegetation, everything. So when it rains, most of the pollutants, you know, stay on the surface. They don't go into the water system, right? And it gets filtered out. So a lot of the debris, dirt, look at how clear this water is, right? It started like this. I poured this in here and look how much of the water got how much of the dirt got filtered out. That's pretty cool. This one, there was no filtration basically. I mean, some of it got stuck, but a lot of it just went straight through, right? You can catch up watching the video again. There's also directions of materials in Canvas. So my best bet is just wait for this YouTube video or this video that I'm recording. Hi, I'm recording, to be uploaded, and then you can rewatch it. And then I might, you know what I'll do? I'll post 5th and 6th period video. 5th period, I went slower on what I put inside of it. Your video, I love because it's clear what happened. 5th period, it wasn't really clear because this one didn't filter a lot. There was just a couple of drops filtered. So I like this better for 6th period's video. But 5th period, I liked how I built them slower. So if you're wondering, how did I build these? 5th period's video is going to be better. This, though, is super amazing. I love this. This is awesome. All right. So that's basically the lab. Pretty fun. I liked it because it's like, whoa. And hopefully you had a whoa moment too, and your filtration looks just like mine ish, sort of. And again, I'm just using stuff from my backyard. Like if you don't have cotton balls, ask your parents. And then you can just use paper towels, put them in there. Yeah. Questions? So let me go back. Wait, let me remove spotlight. All right, let me share. Okay, so again, where can you find all this? It's all in the modules. Like everything is there. Remember, you can do these 100% without me at all. Like I don't even have to be here. I don't have to record myself. Like all of this is written so you can do it all on your own without a teacher. I'm just being nice and recording myself. I'm just being nice and doing it with you. But it's written in the way that you can do it all 100% on your own. So urban lesson 3, you click on that one. That opens up a link, which is this link, right? And here you will see, it describes to you what is urban and natural. We did that on Wednesday. The instructions for the watershed, we did that on Wednesday. The filtration lab instructions, that's what we just did today. You're wondering what materials you need. It's right here, materials list right there. Okay. What I'm going to show you right now is a video on the filtration lab we just did together, but this one might clarify something. I've been recording the lessons so you can catch up on the lessons. If you don't understand something, even from like the very first day we did the internship. Oh, I didn't record myself on the first day. No, or this one? Yeah, here it is. I think so. Recorded lesson 2, recorded lesson 3. Let me edit this. Lesson 3 video, update it. I'm recording right now. So, oh, you know what I was going to tell you? How many of you have one of these at your house? It's like it's a pitcher of water that gets filtered. You filter your water. This one's like, the name brand is the Brita filters, but there's other brands. So if you have this at home in your kitchen, okay. So there's no need to get one, but if you do, a lot of people do have these. So what happens is you can pour water from the sink in here, from your faucet, and then there's a filter in the middle of it, and it filters the water. So you pour water on top, it filters it, and then this is, drinking water. Might filter out, like if you taste the water from your sink, don't do it without parent permission. You might taste something. It might have some like carbon deposits. So if you put it here, it filters through. So if you have one of these at home, you have to change the filter every so often. Let's say like every month, you're supposed to change the filter. Ask your parents, like, hey, mom and dad, when you're done with the filter that we're using in the Brita filters, can I have it? And then carefully, very carefully, maybe you want to try opening it and see what kind of materials are inside this filter. What is filtering the water? What have they placed inside this filter to filter out your tap water? I'm going to try to remember to do that and not throw it away. When this is done, I'll try to keep it and try to open it and see what's in there, because I kind of have an idea what's in there, but I want to see it. So these get thrown away or recycled. So might as well ask your parents when they're done using it, hey, can I have, it's like it's a white filter inside of it. So ask, and then carefully, you might want to do it outside. Try to open it if you can't open it and see. It does filter out some materials that are found in your tap water. I mean, well, the materials that were listed in the other document, it tells you what materials you can use in your other document.
Mr. Melly.
Yes.
So the filter you showed us, can you just put any type of water in and clean it?
No. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. So in some cities, it is okay for you to drink the water that's in your like kitchen sink. In some cities, it is okay for you to drink the water that comes in the sink. For example, where I live, yes. Santa and I want to say yes, but I would check with your parents. Like, hey, mom and dad, is it safe for me to drink the water from the kitchen sink? And they might say yes, or they might say no, but please ask your parents. Please, please, please do not go based on what I'm saying to you, because we all live in different areas. So it might not be healthy for you. For example, I have family members who live in Mexico. We can't drink that water that's from the sink. It's completely polluted. It is not safe to drink the water from that sink at all. And we can't even if we do the filtration in Mexico where my family lives, it wouldn't be safe to drink. Not at all. You would have to boil the water. So yeah, we don't want to do that. Miss O'Malley's not telling you to go drink water. So the Brita filters do filter out a lot of the some, you know what? I don't want to say it. I'm going to go grab a filter, and maybe for Tuesday's lesson, I can tell you exactly what chemicals are filtered through. Obviously, it won't take dirty, poisoned, full of chemicals water and make it water that you can drink. It does take a long process for it to be considered drinkable. But for like a normal, traditional, I think where we live, if you put kitchen water in there, it's safe to drink. Like, it's good. But of course, please, 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 please ask your parents before you do any of that. Please, please. And I'll go look for a filter and see. And even on the, like, if you have one of these filters at home, you can look at the box and it tells you what it filters, the percentile it'll filter through, and the do's and don'ts of that. But check it out, because it's basically, yeah. I mean, I would not put this water into that pitcher and feel comfortable drinking it. Like, not at all. I don't think so. Nope. You're not going to make me do it. Huh?
Can you do it for science?
No. No.
What's for science?
No. Maybe if the filter is like on its last leg, like I'm about to throw it away, maybe I would do it. But I think it's a new filter, so I can't do that. But I'll keep you posted if I do it. And maybe I'll do it live with you guys. All right. I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes right now. Yeah. I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes. And I want you to do this one. Okay. Finish the lab. Go grab the materials if you haven't started it. Watch the video again, slower if you need to. Okay. And I want you to fill in the lab. Okay. Fill in. I'm going to give you 15 minutes. I gave 15 minutes to fifth period. 15 minutes right now to fill in this. If you need to go and do the watershed one, cool, do that right now. I graded those last night. I'll grade them more on the weekend. So right now, take 15 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer, and then 15 minutes we'll come back and start lesson 4, but totally not finish lesson 4 at all. We'll finish it on Tuesday. I'm gonna set my timer for 15 minutes. If you have questions, please feel free to ask me. Right now, I'm giving you time to finish your lab, observe what is happening if you already did it, and answer the questions with complete sentences, and do not use the word it. You guys did a fantastic job last time. I really, really, really loved what I saw as your responses to the Watershed recording lab. All right, get to it. If you have questions, I'm ready. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I've asked you to fill in the recording lab in 15 minutes. If you need more time, cool. Just don't close the tab. It'll stay open, I believe, and won't time you out. There's no timer on it. So if you started it and you need to go back to it, it still will be there as long as you don't close the tab, I think, right? Let me know if that's not an accurate statement. I think with the Google form, you can't go back to it. So I like Canvas in that way, just as long as you don't close the tab. If you need more time, if you're just like, oh, Miss O'Malley, I just need more time, fantastic. Use it, do it. I don't think I'm going to grade these until like maybe Sunday, probably, or even maybe Monday. They take me longer to grade because I have to read the sentences. And yes, I do read them. So therefore, I need more time. It's not as, I'm a math teacher as well. So it's easy for me to grade math because I'm looking for X equals 5, X equals 8, and X equals 100. And boom, 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 done. Correct them super fast. When it comes to this, I'm pretty sure like your English teacher, it takes us longer to grade them because we're literally grading what you're writing. So, but I will grade them. All right. We're going to start lesson 4. There's about 19 minutes left. And we're not going to finish it. We're not going to finish it. We're going to finish it on Tuesday, but we're just going to start it. today in class. You have the link here. And again, you can work ahead, you can work slower. This one though, I would wait for further directions. There is going to be an activity in lesson 4 where you're going to be drawing a map and looking at a map of your house. And I will go further into those details on Tuesday. You're going to be having to walk around your neighborhood as well, and take note of things that are around your neighborhood. So that involves some time and some time for you guys to step out of your house, of course, with your parent permission, maybe invite them for a walk as you take your iPad or your notebook to jot things down. So yeah, so I don't want you just like literally, oh, I'm just gonna go, see ya, Miss Lamelli wants me outside. It's like, no. Ask for permission. You guys know what you can and can't do. So that will be next week though. That's why you can't fill out that. Do not, oh my gosh, do not fill out. The link is all the way at the bottom ish. So right now, do not fill out the form, right? We're not filling out this form yet. I can't take it off because my students in 5th period turned it in, unfortunately. So I can't turn it off. But right now we're on the lesson 4, identifying watershed boundaries. And now we'll open this one. And there's a lot of information on here, even your assignments and whatnot. For this one, today we're just going to watch 2 videos. Okay, we're going to watch 2 videos. That's it. On Tuesday, I'll go over the Google Maps tutorial, and I'll go over how to look up the map and how to draw it and what I want you to look out when you walk your neighborhood. So you're going to be walking your neighborhood Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday-ish. I'll figure out exactly the due dates next week, but you're going to be walking your neighborhood next week. But today we're going to learn about watersheds via a video. So this video is, you already have access to it. I'm going to show it to you right now in class. Pause this. So speaking of watershed, we have a couple more minutes in class, and I wanted to show you before we left. I'll show you this again later. So what I did here was I typed in the address to McFadden, and let me get it all out. So this is basically, Southern California, and I typed in our address right there. And so this is the watershed that McFadden is part of. If you live on the other side of Bristol, if you have to cross Bristol to come to McFadden, you live in a completely different watershed than our school does. If you live on this side of McFadden or near McFadden school, you may belong to the same watershed. So it's pretty cool because it seems like Santa Ana is divided into like 2 different watersheds. So a lot of Santa Ana is actually in this area right here. And then this is where McFadden is right there. So you can see now these lines. So this green line right here is actually the Santa Ana River. And right now it's in good condition. It's good for recreation, meaning people, if you ever driven by the Santa Ana River, it's pretty dry. And a lot of times people ride their bikes to the ocean. So cool. There's no aquatic life because there's not enough water there to sustain life. Then this one is red. It's pretty far away from it's impaired. So aquatic life is impaired from this. It's called the Talbot Channel. Okay. And it goes into the ocean. The one that I keep talking to you guys about, the one's like, oh, it's if you've ever been to Thornton Park, it's right behind Thornton Park. I'll zoom it in here, or on Rate Avenue. So here you see Thornton Park right here. This is McFadden, here's Thornton Park. Right here, this is the one I was talking to you about. And it goes into your neighborhood. So here's Jefferson, here's Thornton Park. So if you live in between like Jefferson and our school, there is this, what is called the Santa Ana Delhi Channel. Some of you, that channel is in your backyard. Right now it's in good condition. I wouldn't drink the water though. And if we click on it, it actually tells us like different information, but this is the channel. If you have time, with your parent permission. Check it out. It's right behind Thornton Park or literally in your neighborhood. This is Jefferson. This is that channel, the Delhi channel, and it goes through, even goes through this neighborhood. So some of you, literally, you have this channel in your neighborhood or in your backyard. This is a really, really close channel that we have. We'll go further into this map and tell you where everything's being deposited on Tuesday or sometime next week. All right, guys. So it's pretty cool. I'll give you the how to look this up. You can look up different addresses, like, oh, I know where my grandmother lives. Let me look up her address or whatnot. Or my cousin lives in Corona. Let's see what happens in Corona. So it's pretty cool. All of this is out there for us. And yeah, so we're going to learn all about it. Our watersheds, our nearby watersheds. So the only thing that I want you to do this weekend is finish up the watershed filtration form and no, the water, yeah, what is it? The filtration form and the watershed form. The watershed form is found Wednesday, and then the filtration form is found in Friday's lesson. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Let me hold on one second. Stop that.